Well, howdy, I'm John Mark Dempsey, and we are having that second cup of coffee conversation again with Dr. Deana Steeber, Superintendent of the Sulphur Springs ISD. Thanks for sitting down with us again.
Well, thank you for having me.
Right. Saw something on your Facebook page, which is very informative. And this Thursday night, and this is at the middle school.
It is.
You're having a STEM night.
We are.
And we hear a lot about STEM, and I think most people now understand what it is. But tell us what, for someone who might not know.
Sure. So it's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Sometimes you hear STEAM, and they, add an A in there for arts.
Okay.
Right.
I hadn't heard that.
But I think if you think like architecture,
yeah.
That kind of thing definitely requires some art
Okay.
talent
there,
as well as math. But yes, the middle school is hosting a first annual STEM night, and so they're hoping that this would be an annual thing, and just an opportunity to show off our robotics and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, you mentioned robotics, and I was going to bring that up. They've had a lot of success, the robotics team, specifically with the middle school, and for whatever reason, I don't see as much about the high school being involved in that, but the middle school is very involved in it.
Yes. We have a robotics team at the high school. I think, sometimes you might see different level of involvement because there's so many different extracurricular things to choose from, or even as far as classes go, just different pathways for a student to get involved in, and so you start kind of seeing them start to kind of, not specialize, but kind of focus in on certain areas.
Yeah. So, but the emphasis on STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, seems to really be growing. Not just here, but all over the country, and certainly all over Texas. We're really kind of realizing maybe we need to catch up a little bit with other countries around the world. Yes,
it's a big emphasis, and just looking forward into careers that a student might choose from. There's a lot of big careers that are kind of a product of a STEM education of some type. Just really important jobs.
And those kids coming out of college in those fields do very well, just in terms of the earnings that they have right away.
Certainly do.
So that's something to take into account. So that's from 5 to 7 p.m. Thursday?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And all middle school parents and obviously students are invited to participate in that. Extracurricular activities, and you all, every time I see something on your Facebook page, it reminds me, extracurricular activities are really a big part of education for kids outside of the classroom. Classroom's important, but what they do outside of the classroom is.
Yes, absolutely, and it, like just involvement, is important just in the growth and development of a child. Just kind of, trying to get them connected. And connected in the community and things like that, and also to find a passion and learn to work with others, and how does it how team functions and that kind of thing. But we have tremendous participation in extracurricular activities from our students.
Is there any way of saying, and there's probably not, what percentage of kids are involved in some kind of extracurricular?
There certainly would be. I don't know that number off the top of my head.
I surprised you with that.
I would, if I were going to guess, I would say at the high school it's probably greater than 80%.
Really?
In some kind of extracurricular. Whether that's band or theater or choir or FFA or FCCLA or athletics. Or,
wow.
I would feel pretty safe in saying that likely more than 80% of our kids are involved in some type of extracurricular.
That's a great number. And saw the UIL Film students, Haley Hopkins and Nathan Bilyeu and Connor Curtis won some honors in Austin with the films that they created.
They did, and so Dr. Dick and Jordan Owens are our sponsors for that, and they do a phenomenal job. But yes, Haley Hopkins got first in digital animation, and Nathan and Connor got third in narrative film.
That's a popular area for having come out of a similar program. at what is now East Texas A&M a few years ago, we learned that kids were really interested in film specifically. So,
Yes.
So
yes,
that's a growing area.
It certainly is.
We're going to run out of time here. J.C. Jasmer. Wow.
Yes.
She won the state pole vaulting championship last year and now is the top female pole vaulter in the country.
She is. She is extremely talented, and again, it's an honor and a tremendous accomplishment to be number one in the state.
Right.
But JC is number one in the country, and so she is a very impressive young lady.
That's astounding, and I tell you, that takes some athletic ability. I think maybe as much as anything. Just use every muscle in your body is involved in that. But the jump was over 14 feet. I don't remember specifically.
Over 14 and a half.
Yeah.
Feet.
So just amazing. I understand she's going to go to University of Louisville.
Yes,
to compete.
That's right.
At the college level. Well, we're out of time. You keeping up, I guess, with what's going on in Austin?
I'm trying to. A lot happening for sure.
Right. Well, it'll all be over
it will.
around June 1st for better or worse. Dr. Steeber, thanks for having that second cup of coffee with us again.
Thank you for having me. It was great to be here.
Deana Steeber is Superintendent of Sulphur Springs ISD. I'm John Mark Dempsey. This is KSST.